The art of living well and the art of dying well are one. Accepting the impermanence of life and death can lead to increased life satisfaction. So remember, in order to achieve contentment and happiness during one's lifetime, one must also learn not to fear and accept the inevitability of death. Death is not something that we can experience or be aware of, because it is the end of our existence. Therefore, we should focus on living our lives in the present moment rather than worrying about something that is outside of our control and that we will not experience. The greater the difficulty, the more the glory in surmounting it. Overcoming challenges contributes to personal growth, resilience, and increased life satisfaction. Hence, embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. You can break down daunting tasks into smaller, manageable steps and celebrate your accomplishments along the way. He who least needs tomorrow will most gladly greet tomorrow. Being in the here and now, embracing the present moment, and reducing worry about the future is associated with increased well-being and life satisfaction. So maybe you want to develop a daily mindfulness practice to help you focus on the present and reduce anxiety about the future. Consider exploring different mindfulness techniques such as guided meditation, deep breathing exercises, or body scan meditations. Incorporate mindfulness into everyday activities, like savoring your meals or taking mindful walks in nature. And here are 3 statements of mine which are very relevant to your modern day. I will explain them in a second. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. The wealth required by nature is limited and is easy to procure, but the wealth required by vain ideals extends to infinity. And lastly, of our desires, some are natural and necessary, others are natural but not necessary, and others are neither natural nor necessary, but are due to groundless opinion. All of those propositions go in one direction. We all have natural and necessary desires, such as food and shelter. We also have natural but unnecessary desires like having sexual experiences, and also we all have unnecessary and unnatural desires which are most problematic, such as pursuing materialism and unrealistic ideals, leading to a negative impact on our well-being. I propose that pleasures should be pursued, but in moderation, and mental pleasures such as friendship, wisdom, and peace of mind are more valuable than purely physical pleasures like food or sex. Try to focus on what truly matters to you, rather than chasing after material wealth or societal expectations. We recognize pleasure as the first good innate in us, and from pleasure we begin every act of choice and avoidance, and to pleasure we return again, using the feeling as the standard by which we judge every good. As you can see in my philosophy, I focused a lot on happiness, as I believe that happiness is the most fundamental and universal desire that we all share. Every action we take, every decision we make, and every desire we have can be traced back to our fundamental desire for happiness. Whether you are pursuing wealth, power, or knowledge, you are ultimately motivated by your desire to be happy. While there may be other goals and desires that individuals pursue, such as spiritual fulfillment or a sense of purpose, these are ultimately related to the pursuit of happiness. So I believe that happiness is the foundation upon which all other goals and desires are based. Finally, I want to leave you with this deep statement. It is not possible to live pleasurably without living sensibly and nobly and justly, nor to live sensibly and nobly and justly without living pleasurably. In other words, true pleasure and happiness could only be achieved by living a life that is guided by reason, wisdom, and ethical values. By living a life that is sensible, noble, and just, you could cultivate a sense of inner harmony and contentment, which in turn would lead to greater pleasure and fulfillment, and conversely, by pursuing pleasure in a sensible and ethical manner, you could live a life that is guided by values and virtues, leading to a greater sense of purpose and meaning. So remember, a happy life means a balanced life that incorporates both pleasure and virtue.